Hello. I think it's a Thursday. At the moment, everything is blurring into one, isn't it? It's so funny. I think I'm going to dig out my days of the week underpants. I think that's that. No, only teasing. Oh my goodness. Oh, so this evening, I'm just going to check that we're streaming live into the different groups and everything. Um, let's have a look, because otherwise I'll be talking away. And like I did last week, I kind of inadvertently did the live. Ah, there we go. Kath's joined us. I know we're live. Whee! Yeah. Anyway, hello. How you all doing? Hello, Sean. How you doing? Yeah, as I said, I'm probably going to dig out my days of the week underpants because this is getting crazy. I don't know what day of the week I'm in anymore. Oh, hey. Okay, so this evening I'm going to be talking about the difference between an online presence and an online business, because this is really critical right now. And in a way, this is why a lot of businesses are struggling, even if they have an online presence already. Yeah, and the clue is in online presence already. So here's the thing. What I've noticed is there are four types of categories of business right now. There are businesses with a small online presence who have previously had businesses that were face-to-face, very interactive, maybe trade shows and that type of thing, markets, fairs. They're either in retail, wholesale, and they had like a small online presence. So perhaps they had like a website, social media. And those people all of a sudden obviously have had the rug pulled from them, so they don't have their major streams of income anymore, and they're left with, maybe 5-10% of a business left, and that's online, but it's not set up as a business, it's set up as a business presence. So that's number one. Number two is people who have no online businesses at all. Okay, so literally they were retailers, wholesalers, or businesses that relied purely on face-to-face interaction. They got no online business or presence. Number three, people who have an online business but put all their attention to marketing activities and infrastructures and stuff like that, and were having a hard time anyway in terms of trying to monetize their goods or products and services online. So that's another category. And of course we have number four, which are the businesses that are knocking it out of the park at the moment online. And typically these were the people that had online businesses. They were already established online businesses. They got I'm going to be going in a little deeper in what the difference is between an online business and online presence, because these people, the real reason real reason these people are monetizing their products and services right now is because they were set up as a business and a business machine online. So the common thing that I'm seeing, the common issue, problem right now, and actually this was in existence before all of this stuff happened, was the fact that there is a big, huge difference between having an online presence and an online business. Two very, very different things. So you're saying, right, come on, Heather, let's know what the difference is between the online presence and the online business. Okay, so an online presence means that you've probably got a website and you've got doing social media. So let me say that again. Online presence means that you've probably got a website and you've got some here, maybe you're on Instagram and Facebook, and you've got some kind of online presence. That's an online presence. That does not make an online business. The online business, to have an online business, it is the same as having a bricks and mortar store. It literally, there's obviously differences, huge differences in marketing and the way you position your business and the model and everything. But there is a fundamental difference here, is the intention behind them. So the online presence is, I want to be online, okay? And the online business is, this is my business. And so the things are set up like, to have an online business, you've got to have sales infrastructure, you've got to have online sales structures. You have to have communication tailored for online users. One of the things I hear a lot is people say to me, I know how to communicate, Heather, offline, face to face. I can sell anything, yeah. But I just don't know how to do that online. And so there is a real gift, a real knack of actually being able to tailor what you would say to someone face to face and be able to communicate that very, very powerfully online to your customers. And then the third thing is they know how to market to their different audiences online. So what does this mean? So again, one of the common issues, challenges for businesses that are being introduced to online is that they do what I call the vanilla marketing, the beige marketing, the broad brush. We can call it whatever it is, but basically it's the fact that they don't segment up their market. And you know, I can hear somebody say, yeah, well, what's segmenting, Heather? You know, how does this work? Well, basically, this is like if you had an offline business. This is like just doing one type of marketing, and that is it. And you talk to the same type of people in the same place, and you don't go anywhere else. In fact, you don't really do anything apart from just sell your products and services. Even offline businesses have to be very creative about knowing where their different markets are. The same goes for online marketing, is that you have different customers that are really interested in different products or services you offer. And so from that point of view, it's about segmenting your market up so you know exactly who to market to and where, because that's essential online. There are thousands of different ways you can market your business online. Thousands of different activities that can literally have you 24/7 working your butt off for nothing, just calling it out as it is. The thing is that most people are putting what I call the cart before the horse. They've gone online, they're like, right, okay, wow, look at all these shiny things we can do. We can be here, we can be on Instagram, we can be on Facebook, we can do that, and they're running off doing all these different activities without really bringing it back to the foundations of any business, which is knowing your customers. And here's the thing, right now, it is critical, essential that you know your customers, because I'm going to call this the calm before the storm in a way online, because there are so many businesses now waking up to the fact of, oh my goodness, I'm not online. And also the fact is, well, hey, okay, I'm locked down for this time. I better get myself online. And so there is going to be a stampede almost of businesses going online within the next 3 to 6 months. And so this is essential for the businesses that already have an online presence. This is all about creating now a business online. So as I said, these are very, very different things to just having a presence, because websites don't sell. Websites don't sell. They haven't sold for years. They were very, you know, when we were introduced to the internet and websites, they were great because you had a presence and it was like something new. If you had a website, you know, back whenever the internet, I can't even remember now, I don't want to show my age, but when the internet came about, everybody rushed off and they got websites, and then e-commerce was introduced, and so they all went and got e-commerce sites. But now we're into a completely different era, different league in terms of many people cannot sell directly from a website anymore because people get very distracted. That's the bottom line. They land on a website and it's like, wow, my God, click on that button and woo, and there's a video there. And then, you know, they'll get distracted with social media or something. So this is why online businesses are very, very different to having an online presence. They're actually structured very, very differently, and they have an intention of making sales rather than more of the PR stuff, which is on in the online presence. Because with an online presence, you are building reputation, and that's the PR bit. And the PR bit comes at the back end of your business, not at the front end. Sales, advertising comes at the front end, and then at the back end it's PR, reputation management, credibility. You know, I worked with a lovely couple of business owners, about 2 years ago now, and they had over 1 million followers on Instagram, and they came to me because their business was crashing and burning. They weren't making any money, but they had the million plus kind of followers on Instagram. And the reason is because that falls into kind of a vanity category. Unless you can monetize followers and likes, it's just vanity. It just makes you feel good. It kind of like, it feeds your ego. but will leave your bank account quite bare. So there's a big difference in all of this between online presence, and I really don't want people to fall into this trap. They have been for years now, but now it's absolutely critical that that people understand, that you understand that there's a big difference between online presence and having an online business. So I don't know whether I'm making sense here. Hello Zoe, hi Madeline, we got Sean, we got Kath. So am I making sense? Am I making sense? Does this give me some few thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever? Just put them in the feed so I understand. If you've got any questions at all about what I'm saying. So for those of you just joined, I'm talking about the big difference between having an online presence and an online business. Two very, very different things. One will make you money, one will feed your ego, basically. So hi Zoe, how you doing, darling? So has anybody got any questions about this? I mean, from your point of view, have you, it is not your fault. There are so many people out there that have fallen into this trap in terms of having this online presence and thinking they've got an online business and they haven't. And now it's really painful because they need to make sales. So let's have a look. Oh, we got a muscle thing from Kath. Yay. Sort of wondering if it's worth me having a website. Yeah, now here's the thing, Sean. So websites, don't dismiss them. They're not a sales tool necessarily, but you can leverage them as a sales tool. So having a website is important because it's social proof for people. So oftentimes people will, there's different categories of buyers. There's some buyers that will buy straight away and they have all the social proof they need from a sales page or anything like that. There are some people that will follow a sales process. They'll get so far, they'll go, I'm really interested in either working with this person or buying this product or service, and they'll say, but I want to check them out. I want to do my due diligence, which is fair enough, and that's absolutely the right thing to do. And so a website can form social proof because you can then link different testimonials and things on there that will actually, that's a credibility tool, really, a website, right? But what I don't want people to get the misunderstanding that a website, many people, as I say, go on there and they get very, very distracted by kind of clicking different buttons. And a lot of the time on the calls that myself and my team do is that we will actually go on somebody's website and actually demonstrate this to them. So because we're quite fresh-faced in terms of we've never seen these businesses before, and we will do a customer journey right there and then on the calls where we'll actually go, right, this is what your customers are doing right now, and this is why they're not buying from you. So yeah, I would say, Sean, it is worth having a website, but it's absolutely worth you having all the sales systems, online sales systems put in. Madeline said, yeah, this is spot on for us at the moment. Okay, but we're sorting that out, Madeline. Kath said, how do you know the difference if you don't know which one you are? How do you know the difference if you don't know which one you are? Okay, so what I would say is the difference is if you have a website and it has no sales systems funnels on it at all, that's the first kind of that's a big kind of like warning sign. The other thing is if you are doing content social media marketing. So if you're doing posts on your Facebook page and you're wondering why nobody ever sees them anymore, that's because the algorithms changed. Facebook want to monetize their business. That's how they make money, is they make money out of advertising. So the algorithms for Facebook changed many years ago now, but it meant that up until that point, Facebook had pushed having a Facebook page. And so people were frantically out there adding people to their business pages, and it was like, yay, this is brilliant. And it worked for a time. And then Facebook got wise and went, we ain't making any money. So they kind of shut the algorithms down on that one, or changed the algorithms. I don't know the right technical term for this one. But they changed it so that you only reach a very, very small percentage of the likes on your page. About, I think it's 1%, 2% of the people that like your page, they're the only people that you can reach. And many of the other social media platforms are also doing that as well. So how you reach your customers is through advertising. But of course, advertising alone is not, that's just, again, one small piece of the puzzle. I want you to think of this, having an online business is having the links in the chain all linked so it flows along. It's not just having an advert at the beginning, because if you don't know who your customers are, why they would buy from you, when they would buy from you, all of these different aspects of the buying psyche of your customers. It doesn't matter what blooming infrastructure you've got. It doesn't matter what social media platform you're on. Quite honestly, that's the cart before the horse. The horse is actually knowing your customers damn well, better than they know themselves. And when you know that, everything in your marketing is tailored around them. You'll know exactly where to find them. So going back to Kath's question, so the difference between an online presence and online business, online presence is purely that you would have a website and you would be doing some social media content there. You may be doing a little bit of advertising, but that tends to be an advert straight to a general page. And that general page, if it's on your website, that's a no-no as well, because people just get distracted and they're clicking away and go, oh, who's this company, and and then they forget why they actually came there, and then they get distracted, so you don't make a sale. So I hope that answered that question. So an online business is, you have all the systems, all the marketing that you would have if you were running a proper offline business that was working properly, but you have those online. Right, anybody got any more questions for me on that? Because there's lots of infrastructure stuff out there. You know, you can't sort of go anywhere nowadays without seeing so let's just pick up on this one, because people will be going, oh right, that's what I need now, Heather, is it? I need online sales funnels. I need funnels. That's what they're all talking about. And it's like, yeah, you can get the best infrastructures out there, but if you don't know how to communicate online, if you don't know how to translate what you were saying to people face to face and translate that into your marketing and into your copy, your copywriting online. And there's 5 different styles of copywriting for different platforms and different things online. If you don't know how to communicate with your customers correctly and powerfully so they take action, because the last thing you want to do is tell them stories. You really don't want to be a storyteller, because that falls into, well, number one, stories are designed to send people to sleep most of the time, so don't don't rely on the stories. But the second thing is that that's content marketing, that's PR, and that's awareness building. But people rarely take action and buy off the back of that type of copywriting. So yes, there's a whole kind of chain of things that you need in place to run an online business, but it all starts with getting clarity about your markets, knowing exactly who the markets are, how they match to different products and services within your business, and then diving deep on your customers, their psyche, knowing exactly why they would buy from you. What are their hells? What are their heavens? What do they love? What do they hate? They're humans, after all. We are humans, and right now, more than ever, we're looking for connection. And this is the challenge for so many businesses, is how they translate that connection that they would have had face to face now online, because they're really kind of like, it's, oh my goodness, how do I put into words all of that emotion and, you know, that almost organic kind of sales techniques of, if you're a really good salesperson and have integrity, it doesn't feel like selling. And so these are just conversations you have, but have conversations with people offline, and it feels so natural and easy. And it's about the ability to take that human connection and that ease and that flow and translate that into the written word and verbally on your website as well, and visually on your website as well, because that comes into differential online. So I spoke about the stampede of businesses, which I believe is coming now online. So those businesses that are already online, have an online presence, get ready, because there's going to be a wave, a whole kind of tsunami of businesses coming online within the next 3 to 6 months. And those businesses, they are going to be treating this as a business rather than a presence. And so there's a huge difference. So Madeline said, could you explain landing pages in more detail? Is it just a simplified version of a page on your site, or more involved than that? Well, you see, yeah, great question, Madeline. So a landing page is part of a sales funnel. And so a landing page can be hosted on your website, but it has to be designed in a certain way for people to take action. And so, that's a whole training, and thankfully, Madeline, you're in our program, so you're gonna be introduced to how this works and But bottom line is that a landing page is a small part of an online sales funnel, and so this is kind of like a very it's a way of actually funneling people through so they take action and they don't get distracted. And without a sales funnel a sales process online. That's like having an offline business with a till in the corner, and people are just walking in and you're not talking to them, and they're just looking around and they can't buy from you. So, or they get distracted and walk out the shop. Zoe said, so do you mean the social media platforms, the foundation? So hang on, Zoe. So do you mean the social media platforms, the foundations to funnel people to your website that's been optimized in order for you to buy from you? Do you mean the social media platforms, the foundations to funnel people to your website that's been optimized in order? Yeah, the thing is, Zoe, is that you don't really funnel people to your website unless it's your where you're funneling them to is a landing page, a sales page. Because what typically, if you don't do this correctly, what happens is you'll place an advert, you'll get all that traffic, all those leads, which is great. That's the front part of a sales funnel. You'll get them all coming through and they'll land on your website, but then they'll get distracted by all the little other buttons and whatever, and then there is no way of actually capturing the data. There's no way, you can with pixels and stuff like that, but we're going very deep here. So basically the bottom line is that there are different ways of reaching your target audience, but the foundations are knowing your customers. Once you know your customers, all of these questions are answered, and then you go, okay, this is what we need and this is how we're going to do it to reach them. There's no guesswork in this anymore. That's the crazy thing nowadays. I see, people come to me all the time and they're going, oh, well, I've got this and I've got that and I've got that sales funnel and blah, blah, blah. And they're not making any money. And it's like, well, okay. And that's because they don't know their customers and they're not communicating to them correctly. They're not communicating in a human way. And a lot of the time it's because they kind of know their customers, or worse still, they think they know their customers and actually they really don't. And we see there's a huge amount of times with people coming into our program where they come in and they go, yeah, of course we know our customers, and then literally, so I think it's about 3 weeks in, and they're like, we really don't know our customers. we've seen that time and time again. God, if I had a penny for every person that did that. Zoe, right, okay, so does that Zoe, does that answer your question, honey? It's like, do you mean social media platforms, the foundation to funnel people to a website that's been optimized in order to help them buy from you? Yeah, it's a completely different system, Zoe. It sits separately to your website, basically. A sales funnel usually sits separately to your website, although the caveat of that is it can be part of your website, but it's not, without explaining this in great depth, it is part of your website, but it's not part of your website. So it's not mainstream as on that page willy-nilly from your main website. And then you said, in order to make them buy from you, having a social online presence in order to drive the online business. Yeah, okay. So social online presence is part of having a online business, but it is not an online business. I think that's the point I wanted to make this evening. That's the trap that so many business owners have not only fallen into so far, but my goodness, those poor people that have had an online business and they've been not an online business, an online presence, thinking that it's an online business to this point. My goodness, this is the time where it's really got to be sort of like really kind of dig deep now on who your customers are, get your communications in order, get everything in alignment. And then it's a case of looking at all the infrastructure you've got and going, okay, so what have we got and what have we got missing? Almost like a mechanic lifting the bonnet or the hood, as the Americans would say, on a car, and looking underneath and going, okay, so we've got a radiator and we've got this, but oh my goodness, we're missing a carburetor or whatever. I make it sound as if I know what I'm talking about. Says ex-RAC spokeswoman for 8 years. Okay, Kath said, so just to clarify, your landing pages funnels, all your marketing starts with knowing your customers first. Absolutely. Does that mean you have different landing pages funnels for different customers? Yes, actually you do. This is a good one. So I have like a mantra, which is like one customer, one product, one message, one funnel. It's like, it's literally, it's that kind of focus of that focus literally on funneling through people who are interested in your products and services. And don't be deceived to think that everybody wants your products and services, in terms of like, if you put 1,000 people in a room and you said, do you want to buy this product? Half of them would just go, we're not interested at all. 47% of them will probably go, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. That's really great. And then the rest of them would actually be sort of like, they are your ideal audience. Okay, the rest of them are your ideal audience. So a very, very small percentage of people are your ideal audience. And maybe, okay, so maybe out of that 7% of them, okay, so yeah, 7, 8, 9, so you got 10% of those people who are ideal customers. But don't be deceived that all of your products and services you can blanket kind of market to all of them, because it just doesn't work. So yes, absolutely, landing pages are designed around typically one product, one service, one offering. And then you have the funnels. So the funnels are the infrastructure, if that makes sense. They're a business infrastructure. The landing pages are part of that infrastructure, and they are tailored specifically to one market, to one product or service, with one message, very powerful message that connects you with your customers. Hope that answers that question. Zoe said, I think it's the second part where I tried to simplify my question. Yeah, having an social online presence in order to drive your online business. Yeah, as I said, Zoe, having an online presence is important because it's part of having an online business. If you don't have any online presence, which is the PR part, then it kind of, it's diluted a bit, because that's the human interaction part. That's the credibility building. That's the it forms part of visibility, but it's not sales. And that's where a lot of online business owners and online presence for businesses, they get very, very confused, because it's like, is this sales or is it kind of PR? And actually it falls into a PR category, which is good and it's needed, but it's the back end of your business. And that's where people get a little bit disillusioned, because they're like, I should be making sales. And it's like, okay, so what sales have you got in place? And they go, oh, I'm writing a few posts on my Facebook page. And I'm like, it's not going to get you sales. Okay, so Sean says, yeah, I get it. Zoe's had a bit of a light bulb moment. Okay, so he said, how do we get the right person to the right landing page? I have many different disciplines. Do I need a landing page for each of them? Yes, you do, Zoe. Zoe's going, holy yeah, you do, Zoe. So Zoe, I know you work with martial artists. So there are many, many different forms of martial arts. So Zoe, let me ask you a question. If you spoke to people who are into judo in the same way you speak to people who are into karate, would there be a bit of a mismatch there? I think I know the answer to that, because I think I've asked you that question before. So a landing page is, if you can tailor landing pages specifically to your markets, but this is the thing, you got to know your markets first. It's not as easy as just going, oh, okay, so I'm just going to communicate to all the judo people in this way, because you've got to dig deep on the psyches of the people and what those different martial arts stand for. So I'm giving Zoe's business as an example here, is a really great example, is that although martial arts is the umbrella of what Zoe's business does, and Zoe's business, for anybody who doesn't know and watching this on replay, Zoe's got an incredible business that embroiders with all the different languages, as in the Japanese language, and the black belts for people who have reached the stage of the different martial arts, and they're taking their black belts, and it's embroidered with their names and their club details and everything. It's amazing. So the thing is that Zoe, what you have different psyches for the different martial arts. Aikido is very, very different to karate, to some of the other martial arts. And I'm not, I know a little bit about martial arts, but I don't know the whole spectrum. But the psyches of the people, when they land on this is the thing, right? There will have been an opportunity for you in the past, all of you will have landed on a website and you will instantly go, yeah, this is fantastic, I love this, and this is just for me. Or you will land immediately on a website and you'll go, ew, like that, and you'll be repelled from it and you'll click off. The same goes for your marketing online, is that This is about really connecting with another human being online. And to do that, you've got to match as perfectly as you can. It's called the law of resonance. It's a law of physics, but it means that if you can resonate at the same level as your ideal customer type, okay, because there are many different customer types, if you can resonate at the same level, it means that when they land on a website or on your landing pages, whatever you're marketing, whether it's on your an article on your on a blog or wherever, it's you're talking directly to them, and you're speaking to them as if I am speaking to you right now. And when you can do that, the person will go, oh, she's speaking to me, or he's speaking to me. Yeah. And when you do that, that is real customer connection. And that's what makes marketing and sales online easier, much, much easier. Sean's saying, so do I need a separate landing page for each type of journal? Okay, so yeah, Sean creates these beautiful personalized custom made journals, which are fantastic right now. So if you haven't got one, go over and see Sean. Sean, this is about looking at the types of your customers matched to the types of journals. So for instance, I know, Sean, you do steam rally journals. So you know, if you so you've got steam rally enthusiasts, so you have subsections of that you could tailor. If you were for instance, if you were contacting, I don't know, the Morris Miners Club, yeah, all the Morris Minor clubs that tend to display and exhibit their vehicles at steam rallies. If you were going to them and you were talking to them, you'd have a specific message to Morris Minor owners, because that would make them feel real special, wouldn't it? You're not talking about everybody, you're talking about them and their precious car. And so from that point of view, you could have a separate landing page for those people. Or you could go, actually, I'm just gonna I really can't be asked to kind of like do all of the different subsections, so I'm just gonna do a steam rally landing page for anybody who's an exhibitor and would like a journal. So that's much better than having just a general landing page, which is, I do journals. Yeah, because there are so many different types of journals out there. Meditation journals and journals for boat enthusiasts and golfers and cake makers and everything. So from your point of view, can you see that you'd have landing pages for cake makers, you'd have landing pages for golfers, you'd have, yeah? So that's about segmenting markets. That's how you do it, Sean. Hopefully that helps. So he says, definitely, you have indeed. Smiley face. Cool. Excellent. So yeah, so this evening I just wanted to, as I said, touch upon a really common issue, a very powerful concern I have right now is the fact of the online presence versus online business, because there are so many people out there that have an online presence but they think they have a business and they haven't, and they're the people who are really struggling to make sales online. And you've got people who have no online presence right now, and this is the time right now is to get your business online and established before, as I said, people start catching up on this and going, actually, there are some business out there, for instance, that are shut down at the moment. They've just literally closed the doors. They're taking advantage of the grants and everything that the government has given, thankfully, and there's no right and wrong in this. They've just turned around and said, hey, we're shutting up shop for a bit. This is a fantastic time for anybody to be working on their business rather than in it, because even if your business is still going right now and you are making sales, this is a really, really great time because things have slowed down. Even for the people that have got the businesses out there that are making sales and whatever, they've still seen a bit of a slowdown. So, and those people actually they've got it dialed in already, so they don't have to work on their business at the moment. They're working in it. But the people that haven't got this dialed in online, there's been no better time to do this right now, and that is to really make the foundations of a proper online business, and they come from knowing your customers. That is the starting point, getting clarity in terms of matching customers to product and service types, and then dialing really deep on matching those up and communicating with your customers at that level. And also, more than that, it's about the differential online, because in a high street, it's very rare to have more than a couple of the same businesses, right? Online, you are trading against thousands of other businesses in the same space. So it's vitally important that your brand and the brand essence, the brand personality shines through. This is very, very different, folks, to just having a nice shiny website and a nice little logo. It goes much deeper than that. Your business is as unique as a fingerprint. You conceived it, you gave birth to it, and it is an entity in its own right. If you can actually dial that in, and that's what we help our clients do, is really dial in the personalities behind their business. That is when the difference that makes the difference comes out online. And that's where we see businesses, they're standing way head and shoulders above their competitors. And that's, after doing all of that work, that's when you look at the marketing activities and the funnels and everything like that. And you go, well, hey, okay, I know my markets, they're matched with my products and services. I know how to communicate with this person. I know exactly where they are, when they buy, why they buy, everything I know about my customers and how they buy online. And now I need to match that with where they are with the infrastructures to make it easy to reach them and funnel them through. Does that make sense, folks? I hope it does. I hope I'm making sense. So Kath said, if I've realized that I'm in the business presence category, where should I start? Okay. So as I said, I think I've just answered that question. Yeah, Kath, is the foundation stones. It's like any business, is that the time spent in doing market research and customer research is time never ever wasted. And within our program, that's exactly what we do. We have like an A to Z program. We don't leave any of the pieces out for businesses. So we don't kind of like tease you with a little bit and say, oh, well, there we go, you can know your customers, but now go away and learn how to communicate with them. We help you identify exactly who your ideal customers are, where they are, why they would buy, when they would buy, everything to do with marketing at a foundation level. So you are empowered as a business owner, and you can then go and make the choices about what infrastructures you want, what marketing activities you want to do, because it's perfectly matched to your business type, to your customers, to the products and services that you offer. Everything dialed in, all the links in the chain with nothing missing, for you to be a stronger business owner and have a stronger business that will stand the test of time. And believe me, we've got businesses in our graduates program right now, and because of their mental health, in terms of the performance psychology that we also bring into our program, they're standing firm now. And even if some of them have had to close their businesses because they are offline bricks and mortar businesses, they've got such a robust mindset that they're now looking very creatively at other ways, and they're not fearful about it. They're proactively moving forwards and setting up online businesses as we speak. And the businesses that have got the business infrastructures online, the businesses online, they're making sales. They're still making it. All of this stuff that's going on, the crazy stuff that we're living with right now, it's had very little impact. Now, that's not to say it hasn't had impact, because, hey, you'd have to be living on blooming Mars or something to not be impacted with what's going on right now. But they're standing firm because they had all of those foundation stones in place. And also they have the tools to know that they can do it again and again and again. It doesn't matter whether they have offline businesses, online businesses, any type of businesses. These are the same foundation stones, the same process for building a very, very strong business online and offline. And of course, as I said, from an options point of view, and marketing infrastructures and all of that, there are thousands out there. And sure, you can go out and you can find them. But this is what we do. This is what makes us so special, is we help build powerful, strong businesses and really, really strong business owners as well. And of course, if that's something that, if you've got one of those businesses right now that you recognize that you've got an online presence rather than an online business, or you're struggling because you have got an online business and it's not working the way you think it should, then please reach out. We have the free 45-minute consultation calls with you, where we can look and see. We literally lift the bonnet, lift the hood on the car, and we look underneath and we go, okay. And within 5-10 minutes, we can diagnose exactly where your business is out of alignment and why you're not making money right now, why you're not reaching your ideal customers right now. So completely free. and because our programs are invitation only, we take that off the table straight away. If it's a good fit for both of us, then absolutely we can see, we can look at the different options for you. But the call is to diagnose exactly where your business is out of alignment, what's not working right now, and more importantly, where you want to take this business. And from that point of view, if we can help you, we'll absolutely tell you and show you how. And if not, we will certainly recommend some other resources to help you get that outcome you're looking for. If you want to book a call, you can go to heathergifford.com/apply. That's heathergifford.com/apply. Excellent. Okay, so let me just see if there are any other questions before we go. Hi, Claire. Claire's just jumped in. So have a look, see if there's any more questions. So as I said, that tonight I was talking about online presence, difference between online presence and online business, of two very, very different things. I hope that's clarified that. If you've jumped on late, then watch this on replay and I kind of explain all the differences. What's the difference between a business, online, and an online presence? Very, very big gap in exactly those two things. One will make money, which is the business, and one will have you kind of looking good and feeling good because you've got lots of followers, lots of likes, whatever, but won't necessarily be putting money in your bank account, which can be very painful. So I think that's it for tonight. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. One step in front of the other. That's the thing I always say in business. It's about even if you get knocked down, it's like that prize fighter in the ring. If you get knocked down, it's a case of like getting back up, dusting yourself down. My colleague and I were talking earlier about this, the fact that this has sideswiped everybody. Everybody in business has been affected by this in some way. You cannot not have been affected by what is going on right now in the world. But there's a big difference. Is now the dust is starting to settle a little bit and people are recognizing that, hey, we're in lockdown. There's an acceptance now part that is coming in terms of, okay, this is a fantastic time for you to work on your business in whatever way you feel, even if it's getting a realization of what is missing. But this is a fantastic time to work on your business rather than get sucked into it, because when you're in a business and you're trying to do marketing and everything, it can get very, very distracting. Right now gives you the opportunity to clear the decks in a way. Okay, we've still got childcare responsibilities and stuff going on like that you've got to juggle. But hey, if you're in business, business is never in isolation. It affects our personal lives, our health, our relationships, everything. So can I get used to this? Because that's the juggling balls of in business. But anyway, that was the talk this evening. I hope you found that interesting. Claire just quickly jumped in. She said before we discussed that price is never the reason sales don't happen. Absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely believe in that. However, right now, should I restructure a price before I set up my website live? No. Your price, when you know your ideal customers and you know your value, this is the thing. Price in isolation is just a price, and you will be competing and bickering over price with other competitors. But when you truly understand the value you offer and the outcomes you provide, providing a product or service in this planet, then price is it's subjective, it's emotive, because here's the thing, Claire, you're an artist, and you know this more than ever, more than anyone, is that when we look at the basics of an artist, what they produce, okay, so they have a canvas, right? Everybody has like a canvas, and they have brushes, and they have oils, and they have paints and whatever. So let's just take an oil painting, an artist that uses oil paint. So they got oils, and they use the same oils, the brushes, maybe they got a palette knife or whatever. They've got the same materials. Now, if you actually priced your work purely on materials, then you're pricing on that's crazy, because art is very, very emotive and subjective. You look at a piece of art and some people can love it, some people can hate it. Some people will pay £1 million plus for a painting, some people will only pay a £5. So it's about knowing your audiences and understanding what they are willing to pay. What hasn't happened, Claire, is that I take it your skill set hasn't declined. That's the question I'm going to ask you. So if you said you're getting crappier at what you do, because if you are, yeah, discount your prices. But if you're saying, no, I'm as good as I've ever been, Heather, in fact, I think I'm getting better, then you price accordingly. It's got nothing to do with what's going on. Is that people are still spending money. In fact, people are spending a lot of money right now because they're quite bored, and they're doing a lot of online shopping. So so it's wherever our beliefs sit. That's the thing here. It's where our beliefs sit on this will influence our pricing and structures like that. So I hope that this is Tough Talk Thursday. I am allowed to kind of like shoot from the hip on this one. Madeline says, kind of realised the difference between the two, business and presence, but thank you for making it so clear. Yeah, absolutely, Madeline. It's for people that perhaps didn't understand why they weren't making money online, or why they're not making as much money as they want to online, and that's the big difference between those two things. So there we go. So that's the public live that I've done this evening. I'm just going to jump over now 8 o'clock to see our beautiful clients. As I said, if you want to, if there's a part of your business that you're unsure about, sort of in terms of if you've fallen into that trap of online presence and you haven't got an online business, you want to know exactly where the gaps are, what you're missing here. As I said, the starting point is absolutely knowing who your customers are and getting clarity on that and segmenting up your markets and understanding how to communicate. They're all the foundation stones of an online business. And that's the difference between rushing off and just getting all the shiny stuff and still not making any money, or getting all of those foundations in place and then cherry picking the shiny stuff and going, hey, I need that piece and I need that piece, because that's going to make me the money online and bring my beautiful customers to me. So, okay, so hopefully that has helped. If you want to book a call, go to heathergifford.com/apply. If not, I will speak to you. Take care. Stay safe. Stay well. One foot in front of the other. Be gentle with yourselves right now. More importantly, stay off the media. Stay off, as in the news. Stay off the news right now as much as you can, please. Keep that vibe high in terms of your mindset. High vibe music, motivational videos, fun things. Laugh a lot, spend time with your family, give them lots of hugs if you can. This is the time where we really don't want the negativity coming in terms of the media is very, very depressing if you're not careful, and will suck you down. So please take care of yourself, not only from a health point of view, but from a mental health point of view as well. And Claire just added, no, I'm still a great painter. So yeah, no, I'm still great at painting. Yeah, absolutely, Claire. So don't discount your prices, Claire. Lovely. Okay, so take care, and I will speak to you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.